Right, Q&A giveaway. So, I'm going whatever order. What's the prize? Well, the prize is a surprise. Gremlin22 asks, have you decided yet if you're going to sell the CRF? No, I have not decided yet. Like I say, it'll be a good 6 months or more until I finalise if I'm going to keep the bike or not. But for this year, the bike will probably be off the road. You won't see much of it. If you do see any of it, it's going to be of past footage or older videos. But yeah, I haven't decided yet. What's the worst injury you've had due to a motorcycle? Wallet. The wallet's been pretty injured. Do I think the moon is hollow? Never really thought about it. I mean, it's made of cheese, but you know. Dynamo Kite Star. Who is the best off-road rider you've ridden with? I'm sure you aren't shy to say, live on the internet. The best off-road rider. I mean, there's no... I don't think I have a particularly best off-road rider that I ride with. Because we all have our own, you know, different levels. I know some very fantastic off-road riders that can go and just, you know, give them any obstacle and they'll go up it, over it, through it, whatever, no problem. But they can't read a map, or they get lost really easily, so there's that. I know one particular person who shall remain nameless, but he is very quick. Doesn't matter what bike he's on, he knows all the trails, he can lead rides, read the map super well, does all of that. However, when it comes to bike reliability, I mean, it's his fault because he rides a KTM. We're often stopped, or often the ride halts all of a sudden because a KTM has broken down. So, even though they are very, very good riders and, you know, everything, and they can, you know, do that, I tend to keep with my group of people that I ride with because we all ride at the same sort of pace, a comfortable pace. We don't go flat out all the time. We take stops, have a pint, carry on, that sort of thing. So I really can't say who the best rider is that I ride with. Carl Clegg says, what's the origins of the Twitch handle? And can it be made into an action movie? I don't think I can make it into an action movie, but it's definitely something that it needs a lot of explaining. My YouTube name is Big Pezza, but my Twitter handle and other stuff, it might be under the name called Soft. Why is that? Well, it's a long story.
But basically, my main YouTube channel, or the channel I used to do a lot of videos on, is called Soft. That channel has been running for longer, etc, etc. But that channel got taken down, so I thought I kind of had to split the videos up because I was doing one particular type of video, another particular type of video. So I thought I'd split them into 3 channels, or 2 channels originally. So Soft became a different type of channel, Big Pezza became the motorbike channel, and now the other channels come back. So I've got one channel for this, one channel for that, and one channel for the other thing. So there's a couple of Soft channels out there. I'm sure someone will now type in YouTube Soft and they'll find some either very recent clips or very old clips because we've been in lockdown and can't do much. Some random videos have gone up to them other channels. Nothing really amazing, but stuff that I just like to have and look back on, and I upload them for my very small, you know, few close friends and close followers of me who will actually kind of appreciate them videos. That's all they're kind of there for. And some of them videos, unfortunately, unfortunately or fortunately, have done rather well.
Yeah, I was still known in under certain names as Crawled Soft, basically. What are you getting drunk? I think this is a bad translation error, and I can't pronounce this guy's name, but it depends. If you ask me what I drink, then it depends what time of year it is, who I'm with, location, etc, etc. So, you know, it could be anything from a white wine spritzer to doing shots of vodka. It, you know, it'll change all the time. The King of the World asks, well, he's the King of the World, so I better answer him. How old are you? 32. Hippodrones asks, if you were only to have a KTM as a motorbike, which one would you have and why? That's a horrible, horrible question. I would like the KTM 950 because I can actually get a leg down on it, and it's not a 990. The 990 has problems, but the 950 apparently has less problems. Apparently. I'm just going off like what owners say. Of course, you have to take that with a pinch of salt. But you take the KTM 950, then have the electronics done by NASA and the engine and everything built by Lyndon Poskett, and I think you might have an okay bike. Don't you have a number plate on the mudguard on the PC50 now, unlike years ago? I believe I know the answer, but a lot of people could be interested. Okay, well, the PC50, I had a front number plate on, and then I crashed, snapping the front mudguard completely off. So I had to get a new front mudguard. New mudguard. I didn't want to put a front number plate on it. Front number plates are dangerous. Don't have a front number plate on. Marty Bartfast asks, what was the first person to milk a cow trying to do? I think he had lost a bet. Curious Curtis anyway, whatever. Got a car. He's got a car as a profile picture. Who's going to answer his question? Anyway, what do you consider the worst bike is and the best bike? Okay, well, the worst bike is the PC50. I mean, that's easy. I mean, that's literally dreadful. Do you want to go? Do you want to go fast? Do you want to move forward? Hold on. Do you want to stop? Oh, hang on. Put the kettle on. You know, we're stopping in 5 minutes. That's a dreadful bike. I've never felt so terrified riding that bike. That is generally terrified. Best bike. What's the best bike? The best bike is any bike. It's personal to me, isn't it? So it's a bike that I can get a leg over. Bike that I can get a leg over, and that does everything, basically. So it's my personal opinion. So I'm going to say my BMW because I've done everything on it, and it can do everything. So my BMW 650 GS, sertao or whatever. That's my personal best bike because it's simple, rugged, does everything. Long trips, short trips, adventure, off-road, luggage. Yeah, not the best, but it does an all-rounder, perfect all-rounder. And the best thing is that you can actually work on it yourself, unlike newer bikes where you can't. Peter Erington asks, tennis ball. Well, that's this. So why is there a tennis ball here? Well, if you've watched the channel for a long time, you'll know. Well, when we go off road and we go dirty riding and all that, in here I just keep a little cleaning cloth. I clean my visor with that. I clean my camera lens with that and all sorts. And then when it gets too dirty or too wet, I hang it up to dry, like so. Or because it's torn in half, I have the other half somewhere where it's cut in half. I have another half somewhere, and then when I'm done with it, I can just put it back in my. Try and do this one-handed, but you can do it one-handed. Pop it back in my tennis ball and leave it there. But it's very handy to wipe one's lens or visor when muddy. William Thomas asks, what do you think of the modern classic style bikes like the Royal Enfield and Bullet 500 Classics? Yeah, if you want a modern classic and you want that look and you aspire to have that look, that's fine. You can become a faker, no problem with that. I prefer the genuine article, always, every day. Always prefer the genuine article. Made in Japan, written on the side, and rusted to hell. That's how I like my bikes. Explain Lord Billingham wants to explain the inside joke. Well, if you didn't know, my Twitter handle is CrawlordSoft. But also that is my Twitch handle as well. And sometimes, not a lot, but I do stream on Twitch. I usually stream Jackbox games where I play with the audience. And there's like a t-shirt game where you have to design a t-shirt. And it's quite funny because you draw a picture and then someone else comes up with a slogan, typed in the slogan "Believe in Curry." So hence there was a t-shirt at the end which was Batman's face saying "Believe in Curry," which which won the game because it was the funniest T-shirt, and yes, it was quite humorous. So that's the inside joke. About 4 people get it, maybe. Is that sunlight shining through knot holes in your shed walls behind you? I think it's just where the plastic gets a bit thin. Let me spin you around. Just where the plastic's a little bit thin. It's not a hole. It's just where the plastic's maybe a bit thin. Would you ever considering an epic tour around the UK? Well, of course. I'd always consider it. Top 5 places on the UK list. Well, my top 5 places are different from your top 5 places because I tend to go visit friends and family and stuff like that, because either cheap lodging or free lodging is available for me, or certain places that are campsites and stuff like that. So I really like Scotland. Scotland's nice, Wales nice, that sort of thing, nice mountainy roads. Would you ever consider getting a cruiser style bike? I had a cruiser style bike, twice in fact, and both times I sold them for the same reason, and this time I'm making it a video point. Note to self, do not buy a cruiser ever again. You can't go around corners at all without scraping the undersides on them, so I don't want to get a cruiser ever again. I just didn't use it, so I bought one, had one, sold one, bought one again, had it for a year, did about 200 miles on it and sold it again. So I don't want a cruiser, thank you very much. Favourite country to ride during European tour? That is a very hard question. If you're a road bike, I'd say Austria. If you're an off-road bike, an adventurer, and you don't want roads, and you don't want maps to do anything, and you just want to have proper adventure, then probably Albania. If someone gave you 30 grand, what bike would you get? I don't actually have a clue what bike I'd get for 30 grand. What would I do with 30 grand? Probably 30 grand, I'd get the most blinged out Honda Cub you could imagine. It would be, yeah, just a massively blinged out Honda Cub. Western Supermoto blog says, Great Scots bench heavy duty. When I get, oh, you want me to build your bench? Do you? It's not really a question. Oh, his question's further down. My question is, before you started vlogging, which channel you inspired to start? No, this is a really weird long story, but like if you think about my channel overall, like it's not a traditional motovlog channel. Like very rarely do you get me riding and talking. I mean, yes, I do that, but the person who inspired me to actually put a camera on the bike, because the first time I did that was like 2009 or 2008 or 2007. It must have been around 2007 actually, thinking back about it. The first time I ever put a camera on the bike, I didn't put the camera on my helmet, but I put the camera on the bike, was back about 2007 or 2008. And it broke the camera because the vibrations and stuff killed it, but it was an idea. And then later on I got the Hero 1 or whatever it was, and then drift and all that stuff. If anyone remembers More Death 13, he was the first person to like start doing that motovlogging stuff with the cameras and stuff, and I didn't really I mean, yeah, I watched it, I was like, okay, that's a nice idea. I mean, at the time I just made videos. I wouldn't have called myself a motovlogger, I just made videos, made vlogs or whatever. I've always made sort of like a video of some kind. I originally used to make videos and post them on Google Video, if anyone remembers that, before YouTube became like the ifdo facto of, you know, this is where you should upload your content. So yeah, a lot of my videos were on Google Video back in the day, and it just kind of like evolved into just like I'm not actually like, I'm just like a vlogger, and it just happens to be I'm vlogging about motorbikes now rather than vlogging about what the other stuff I used to do. And I used to make stupid little videos on other things before I made stupid videos on bikes. But I'd say the biggest inspiration would probably be M13 and Sven Gully. If everyone remembers Sven, he's the one who, well, he's no longer with us now, bit of a tragic ending that, but he's the person who started doing. He did off-road videos, and he did off-road videos with cameras before anyone else did. Really, he was the one that did this. He documented lanes. He would go down the, like, you can go back. QWEF, the website, I think he was the one who did a lot of the contribution, or he even set the website up, where you can see trails. He put videos to it. It was a lot of work he did for that sort of thing, and that kind of like inspired me to even like kind of like semi get into this off-roading thing as well. But yeah, he used to buy all the cameras and stuff as well. He kind of like brought it all forward. And anyway, getting a bit off topic there, but yeah, they're like the main two sort of thing. But it's a very long story. I must explain how it all happened, and I became more of a moto vlogging channel, or whatever you want to call it, where it's a very weird long story which maybe I should tell in another video. Lone Wally UK just changed his name, hasn't he? Why are you a simp to Honda? Well, when I first started riding, I had a Honda. One of my friends had a Suzuki GN. Another friend of mine had a KTM. Another friend had an Aprilia, something 125 RS 125, something like that. Anyway, yes, the Aprilia was the fastest. The KTM probably second, and then the GN and me were at the back. You know, nothing to make. But when it came to reliability, the Honda kept going. The Suzuki fell apart, but it was an old rubbish Suzuki anyway. So yeah, I just kind of kept with Honda. It's like, oh, well, I'll take it to the Honda dealership, and then you see the new Hondas at the Honda dealership. So you always see the same sort of, oh, a Honda. Oh, maybe I'll get a Honda, or maybe get a Ducati. There was a point I was going to get a Ducati, but I heard about reliability, and I said, so nope, don't want to know. They're very fun. Don't want to know. Reliability has always been like up there for me, so that's why. But I do have one BMW, so not a complete simp to Honda. Why do we wait until night to call it a day? I don't. I used to work nights, so I would literally call it a day at like 5 o'clock in the morning. So I don't always do that. It depends when your day starts and begins. Well, do we think I'll do another custom cub? No custom cub is truly finished. It's always constantly being revised, changed, bits of exhaust being added onto. So there's no such thing as finishing a custom bike. Anyone who's built a custom vehicle will know that it's never truly finished. You'll always see something to want to add to it. Where would you recommend outside of the UK to travel on the C90? Wherever you want to go. It's just a bike, you can take it wherever you want to go. A trip that I'd like to do on a C90 would probably be the Elephant Rally at some point. When I'm feeling absolutely mental, I will go for the Elephant Rally on a C90. Well, that's the end of the video, so thanks for watching, and oh yes, or skipping to the end, because probably you just skip to the end to find out if you want anything. So, these three people here, congratulations, you have won. And what did you win? Well, I'm not going to say what you won, but if you message me on the Instagrams, I'll put a link there below to my Insta, and message me there, and we shall, yeah, sort something out for you there. Anyway, that's it. Thanks for watching, and I guess I'll catch you in the next video, whatever or whenever that will be. And it's very cold, so I'm going to end this video now and go inside and edit this video. Yes, I should do that. Anyway, goodbye.